Welcome back to episode 10 of the One Tile Competition Challenge, y'all. The competition where Rusty Money, Zorch, and Crustu are all on a multiplayer server competing with each other, and this is my way of competing along with them. In this episode, we're going to be harvesting oat fields, 2 of them. We'll be selling some our goods, our typical goods, pumpkins, crickets, maybe clothes. I'm not sure. I haven't checked to see if any have spawned yet or not. I'll be buying 10 buffalo and adding them to the pasture, to the herd. So that'll be exciting as well. I'm not sure at what point, but I will be baling up grass. Last episode, off camera, I cut and windrowed a bunch of grass out there in the meadow. And so we'll be getting that together this episode too. Whether it's on camera or off camera, I'm not sure. So anyhow, that's what the episode's going to hold. And hope to see y'all stick it out. All right, y'all. So we're going to jump right into work. I've got to get these 2 oat fields harvested today. I'm going to put a worker on them. I've got the Mercedes and a trailer over there for when it gets filled up. In the meantime, with the Kubota and the baler, I am going to be running up and down here baling up this grass and getting it over there. At some point, getting it over there to my silage pole. So got a lot to do. Um, Only so much time to do it. I am going to get it going. And we'll just snap over to the Kubota. We'll get it going. I must have had something in there. I think I had hay in there. So that oats is going to bring new money to the farm. Um, for months now, I've just been counting on pumpkins and crickets and um, in my clothes, and it's carried me along. I think not too bad considering that's all I had. But this oats is going to bring in flour that sells pretty good, and next month the canola will go into the mill as well, and that'll bring in canola oil. So that's going to be some pretty good money, especially considering some of the other plans that I've got. Um, yeah, it'll bring in some good plans, good money for expansion, good money for the materials for my holiday homes, and oh, sorry about that. Anyhow, something else that I'm going to have to end up buying is uh, probably more implements. Um, when I did these fields over here, they don't have everything, all the steps to the fields that I needed to do. Um, I don't think they were rolled. One of them, or even more than one, really, as far as I know, might not have even got limed. So the next rotation of crops, I want to improve that. I want to improve that yield. So yeah, that money, whatever money comes in next, I need to gear it towards that kind of stuff and maximize next year's uh, crops. Which brings me to, so I think what I'm going to do with the oat field is that's going to go into sunflower to make sunflower oil, and then the canola field is going to go to sorghum to make sorghum flour. And I think that's going to be my rotation, just back and forth between those two, and keep kicking out the flour and the oil with it. I guess is all I can do. I wish this thing would automatically stop when the bale was full. There we go. What else have I got? Really, that was about highlights of things, really. And then of course, this is a big old meadow of grass that I just mowed, so and windrowed last month. So this will be turning into silage and uh, adding more money to the farm. So another thing that I'm going to do, I don't know at what point, but I'm going to be doing it, is I'm going to go ahead and get the cricket mill, insect mill, what I forget what it's called. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the farm and get those crickets pulling a little more weight. Um, they're only doing like 2 pallets a month though, so I'm a little concerned for the price of the mill, the kind of um, flour turnout I'm going to have. So I could end up with a second cricket mill. I don't know. Let's look here real quick. That mill is, how much is that? I think it's 50,000. I know it's not. I think it's towards the middle. Insect mill. Yeah. Um, yeah, so 50,000. I don't know, with only um, two pallets of crickets coming in a month, I just don't know how good of an input. Maybe the better thing to do would be, instead of worrying about putting this down now, is go ahead and get my second um, cricket farm going. Then at a later time, put this mill down. Probably the smarter move. Um, um, there's a lot being done on the farm today, but not a whole lot to talk about, y'all. Fortunately, I know those guys have got uh, harvesting going on, and some have already had some productions down, waiting on harvest. Others have waited on harvest to put productions down. But what it made me realize is that, I'm not, production wise, I'm no better off than they are. And I think they are better off than I am because of the amount of animals they have. Those guys got a lot more animals than I do. So that's going to be something else that I need to think about. Maybe I can start up with like chickens or something. That might be the cheapest way to start. And I don't know, do chickens take oats? If they don't, then I guess I could wait until sorghum, but I really didn't want to have to wait that long. Um, so anyway, if I started with chickens, I'd have to take something that I've got now and feed them with it. So I don't know if that'll work either. My other option or thought was that I could just go beef cattle. And if I went beef cattle, I could just put down the pasture and let them totally feed on grass. Never have to, as long as it's a pen that auto waters, I would never have to do anything with them but let them multiply and sell them every 12 or 18 months, maybe. I don't know. But that would be another source of income that would be cheap to fund, and really, it looks like my harvester's ready. Let's bounce over there. And where's it at? No, it ain't. I thought I saw it sitting still. Okay, never mind. Actually, let's go back to that. It's almost done. All right. We will keep the baling away. But yeah, actually, thinking about it and now, talking about it, I feel like beef cattle might just be my best bet. Um, guess really I could do the same thing with goats. I think goats would feed on the meadow, but they wouldn't kick out milk as well as if I were to give them feed. I'm assuming that because the sheep were that way. Uh, they were 100%, but I don't know. I don't know if one. Well, they said they were 100%, but yet they were only 80% productivity. So I went ahead and started feeding them grass. They got to 100% productivity, but I really don't know um, that wool production has increased any. So I don't know. Anybody know anything about that? Let me know in the comments if you do, please. Yeah, I got options, and those fenceless pastures are pretty affordable. So really, depending on the implements I get and all that other stuff, I mean, I could very well get a couple of different animals, I guess. But we'll just have to see. Zorch has all those animal pens stacked on top of each other, and I can't help but think that, at some point, um, he's just going to have a massive amount of animals, man. And you know, I don't know what he plans to do. If he plans on letting the animals uh, be a production, meaning like milk or wool, and just keep them for that, or if he plans on selling them, I don't know. But nonetheless, either way he goes, it's going to come a point in time where he's going to have so many animals that he's going to have a lot of options. So that got me thinking that that might be a way to go. I might be a little bit behind the eight ball now. Better late than never, I guess. But might be behind the eight ball, but at least I can get there. And now I think I'm gonna keep letting that. There we go. All right, let's jump over here to the trailer now. All right, I know it's almost done, y'all. If not done right now, no. I'm getting in that corner. It's hard to tell from a distance. But anyhow, I really wanted to go full steam ahead and get started in on the materials for the holiday homes, and I gotta. There it goes. Um, and get them holiday homes going. I really think that that income will be really good for us. But I don't know. Maybe that's just a. Maybe I need to rethink that and just make it a over time thing. Don't rush it. Just it happens as it happens, and in the end, it'll pay off. Kind of like the trees. You know, they're not gonna produce anything anytime soon at all. So, and then when it is time to harvest them, that's a whole nother slew of decisions and possibilities. So I'm not sure where I'll go with that. I know what I'd like to make with them. I just don't know if we have the production that makes it, and that's bathtubs. Um, I know of one particular one that makes them, but they ended up getting rid of that mod for a different reason. It had something to do with the oil side of things, I think, is what it was. So, but yeah, I don't know if there is um, any other productions that makes any of the lumbering productions that makes bathtubs. But you know, wood beams is good. Um, Prefab walls is good. So there'll definitely be other options to make money. And then I don't know, maybe the cheap way would be go wood chips, possibly. I don't know. All right, I see that out pipe up now, so now I know it stopped. All right, and I think I can squeeze in there without damaging anything. Fortunately for me, I don't have to worry about lag spikes from a multi-server, multiplayer server that is. All right, we got oats. Kind of wish I'd have made this field as big as. It ain't too much smaller though, is it? That's all right. I know that harvester don't hold a whole lot, but it holds enough. So there we go, 3,500. 3,500 liters. I might get 3 loads, maybe doing a portion. We'll see. Grass turned out really good. Gonna be a lot of bales. Actually, I think the last time I did this field, I cut over there behind the sheep, and this time I didn't. So probably gonna end up with a little less than I did last time, but that's all right. It'll still be good money. Another option too that I could consider is a second sheep pen. I'm pretty certain I'm getting close to that pen's max. So I really would like more wool coming in. I feel like that's a good money maker for me. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place, huh? Um, more sheep, more animals, more productions. I guess that's normal. You just kind of want to do it all at once. As you get to thinking about it, you want to do it then and there. But um, yeah, I don't know. I talk about things now, and then next month when I've got money, it'll just depend on what vibe I'm feeling at that time. It might be the cricket mill, it might be more sheep, it might be who knows, might be materials for my holiday homes. Who knows? But for now, it's a decent conversation piece and something to get everybody thinking. So if you've made it this far, tell me of everything that I've mentioned so far. Give me some opinions, y'all. I know I got one opinion on the cricket mill. So y'all tell me what else. What do you think? I mean, all of it's good, obviously, but where do y'all think I should go next? If I had my choice, I think, and I could do it, I would probably go with a second sheep pen and fill it up full of adults. That'd be yeah, that's what I'd like to do. This moment, which really is probably not too far off. Um, I haven't sold anything today, and I've got that 12 grand up there. Um, so yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe not fill it up, but put a good mini in it. I bet you by the time I'm finished selling everything, I could probably make another one of them fenceless pastures and at least fill it halfway up. So maybe I do that before the end of the episode. Well, I doubt that. Not this episode. I think this episode is going to be used up in harvesting, baling this, and if there's any room at all for anything extra, I'll need to bale the straw that the oats is laying down. So, yeah, there won't be no extra time for animals or otherwise. Shoot, I'll be lucky to even be able to sell everything. Sell my stuff. I may have to end up waiting till the beginning of next month to sell anything. But the good thing about that is that, you know, what I'm doing now isn't costing me no money. So I'm not buying nothing. So I guess that's a good thing. I thought that harvester had stopped again. Once the up and down start, it starts going quick then. I kind of wish I could go square bales so I don't have to do all this stopping. But I didn't want to go with that small red one that the other guys have. Excuse me, y'all. I just didn't want to go that route. So I'm good with this. Just gotta make an occasional stop and go. I don't need any hay. I never have to worry about turning this into hay. It just needs to go in the silage pole for silage, just to sell really. Because even the sheep, all they need is grass. I wish I could set a worker to do this baling, y'all, and at least swap this back and forth, where y'all could see a little bit of harvesting and come back and see a little bit of baling. But can't do that. Or I don't know how anyway. I know there's a mod out there, baling or something, AI baling or something along that lines. I've never even messed with that, so I have no idea how that's supposed to work. But what else have I got? I don't think I got much else, y'all. Talked about my future plans. Um, I don't have a long range goal unless some of the stuff I mentioned a moment ago. I guess one could say that's kind of, you know, some of it would be long range because obviously I can't do it all short range. I don't know. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. If I get this bailed up, if there's enough time still, then I will grab the plow. No, I'm sorry. I've got plowing these fields on my mind, but um, no, what I'll need to do is grab the windrower and get the Kubota over there windrowing that straw up, because that's going to have to get baled as well. Again, I don't know that that'll get done this episode, but unless it's something that will add a little income, I don't anticipate needing straw for any animals. Um, I'm not going in with an enclosed cow pen, so I'm not going to really need to worry about manure. However, if I did go with an enclosed one, I thought we had a mod for one of the little mini biogas plants. I've never done that, like fed the biogas plant manure for profit. I've never done that, so I don't know. I don't know if there's good money in that or not. Maybe I ought to do some testing on that and find out. Being a mini biogas plant, you got to wonder also, you know, what the production rate is, if it'd be even worth it. Yeah, go pick up another load. And this time I'm gonna have to bring the harvester out. Yeah, I think if I don't get a whole third one, I'm definitely going to be close. Be good to go on this one, and then maybe 2.5 on that one. Kind of nice. I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I've mentioned it earlier in this episode or not about more buffalo. I did have a plan to buy 10 more buffalo. Um, I'm not sure what age yet, but with the intention of getting more buffalo milk going. So I don't know. And I mean, that's that could be something that changes as well. Uh, Meaning, I'm going to get them, but if the milk production ends up not being worth it, then they're going. I'll sell them when they're at prime price and end up going a different direction as far as cows. Uh, if I've already got beef, I would probably replace the buffalo with just regular milkers. Um, if I don't have beef, then that might be the prime opportunity just to swap to beef. Yeah. Does goat milk produce faster than buffalo milk? Does anybody know? All right, so this is the last strip of this field. Um, I think what I'll do, yeah, I'll grab the Kubota as soon as the harvester gets started on the other field. I'll grab the Kubota and the windrower, get this straw windrowed up, um, and juggle the two fields in that aspect as well. So, yeah, we'll drop the baler off real quick. I really should get that wool over into the clothes shop. What I should do, get that going. I'd have to load up the front loader and all that other stuff, so I'll just wait. All this selling stuff will probably happen next episode. Maybe I have enough at the end. Um, After off camera, maybe. Got some stuff that it harvester missed. I'm gonna jump around and grab all that. No, I'm not. That little bit isn't gonna matter. So I guess I could grab this a little bit though. And we'll get you going. And this, I'm gonna go ahead and dump it at the mill. Open up the hatch. Oh, by the way, I don't think I told y'all. This was a new mod that they added. It's just like a little workshop thing. You can customize. Actually, I think you can. Yeah, you can even sell here too. So that's kind of cool. I think this is kind of funny. You gotta drive over it. There we go. All right, and we will start activating. I don't remember if I activated everything on it or not. No, I did not. So we're gonna activate everything, just so I don't forget. There we go. So we got oat flour going. We need to test those rice saplings too. Maybe I do that when I'm selling everything. See what those four pallets will go for. I've tossed up the idea of at some point upgrading the harvester just for sake of efficiency, like getting stuff done quicker. Considering that we only have so much time, an hour, um, obviously the more I can get done in an hour, the better. But I don't know. I don't think the immediate ones above this in price anyway don't really have all that bigger of headers. And then the ones that start getting the bigger headers, I think, are way up there in price. So it's nothing I'm going to want to, for a size of fields, it's nothing I'm going to want to put in money into. So we're probably stuck with this one. That's okay. I don't mind it. I think you can get a bigger header for this one. Let's check. Um, the one I have, isn't it? No. That's the one. Yeah. No, I don't think you get a bigger header. No, that's the only header you get for this one. How about this one? 5.8. 4.0. Well, I could upgrade to that, and that'd be a decent upgrade. And then this one is 6 foot, 6 meters. Eh, there might be some options down the road. Um, we'll see. When I'm raking in several $100,000 a season, then I'll consider it, I guess. In the meantime, we're just going to deal with our little 4 meter harvester. I think I'm gonna end up cutting this one short, y'all. Um, there's really absolutely nothing else to do but go up and down these fields and harvest this stuff. I'm gonna finish this up. Um, maybe spend a half hour or so afterwards. Kind of forgot what time I got started, to be honest with you. I won't know how much time I spent on it until I start editing. So, anyhow, yeah, I'll spend a little bit of time probably just cleaning these fields up, uh, windrowing up the straw, and getting it up, and then that'll be it. I'll call it from there. And then next episode we will sell stuff. A big old chunk of change because I'll have 2 months worth of products out there. And you know what? I will make the time to get the wool into Granny's knitwear though. But yeah. So I appreciate y'all watching. Um, subscribe and hit that like button if you would, please. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care, y'all.